Hey, first and foremost, all the honors and the praises and all the glory belongs to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Mahavakar Kwadash. Name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, in who I reverence and honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. Lord, when this ain't going to be a long lesson, right? I need to get this out, right? I need to get this out. Okay, you got the devil trying to stop this word, but this is what I'm saying. Look, the devil's going to use people around you, and most of these people, they are part of whatever organization, fraternities, and the devil's using them to do evil. Yahweh Shai is using us to do righteousness. I want to get straight into the point, right? I'm so lucky about as well. All the videos I've had to upload, all them videos, because I had to free up space. That's why all them videos were being pushed out. It's not that I'm doing nothing, because we still have to do things during the day. And how would you know what we're doing anyway? Right? Unless you got a camera within our houses. Unless you're watching us like a fucking perv. How would you know what we're doing? Let's start at, I want to speak on masonry. Right? What is masonry? Masonry in a nutshell, this is what it is. It's what you're going to find out. It's spiritual bondage. Masonry is spiritual bondage, right? In terms of what you're probably asking, what do I mean by that? I need to get this lesson out. What do I mean by spiritual bondage? Right? It's in terms of one agreeing with their own enslavement. I never knew that's what it was. It's one who agrees with their own enslavement. Just be a good slave. But these individuals, they have the audacity to look at something you're doing that is wrong when they're just good slaves. We're going to get back to it. And Salakia, that video that I posted this morning, it didn't work out. So I want to get back into that. Remember, we went into the image of Marina Abramovic. Marina Abramovic, right? That Serbian, they say she was what? An artist, but really she's a higher level witch, right? She was a feminist and she was into spirit cooking. She's into that. All that stuff, spirit cooking and the occultism. So she was a witch, right? And she's over Jay-Z. Jay-Z inquired of her. So she's a priestess that's over Jay-Z. Okay? And she stated, I believe it was basically she tried all the limitations of what? The body and mind, right? So she experienced all the limitations she could take it, how far she could take the occultism, right? Of the body and mind, right? And what does occult mean? Occult means hidden from occultus. So like, I know I mentioned this morning, but I have to go back into it because that video, it didn't load. So the occult is hidden knowledge, right? Practices of occult sciences, codes, right? The practice of codes, certain codes, sciences, and so forth. Okay? Of how things work, the structures of things, engineering, physicists. The physicists, your greatest physicists, they were a part of the occult. Okay? But we know Yahweh Shai, he gives knowledge to, he's the one that gives you true knowledge. But they believe in the occult. And that's where you get into what astromancy, art of judging stars from the occult influence, planets and human affairs. So you have high level witches within this kingdom that tell the elites what to do and how to judge their affairs. You do know when you have the World Cup, who do you think's behind the ceremonies? It's witches. You know the way everything's set up is witches that tell them, put this here, put that there, do this here. It's a ceremony. Just like with the athletics, it's a ceremony. It's one big ceremony. Even when you take your children to school, All right. What is it? All right. You go to school now. We pick you up at this time. You come home at this time. It's the child, teacher, parent. It's ceremonial. A lot of things that we realize that we do, it's ritualistic. But you want to be doing things in the right way, in a ritual. Because you could have a ritual, which is a particular pattern and a circle of life that you do. But you can break them negative ritual patterns with what? Positivity. Just like when I do my lessons, some people may say, oh, well, I know where he's going now. He's going here and he's going to come back home. So what? So what? That's all. Look, everything these Masons are doing is all to try and make you feel inferior, and they know every single detail of everything that you do. It's all to keep you inferior, to make you feel like you have no purpose. Don't fall for the rubbish. So luckily, there's a lot I'm speaking about, but I want to get this out. So what is Masonry? Masonry, yes, is spiritual bondage in agreement with your own what? Enslavement. So you agree with your own enslavement. And full compliance. Right? That's what it is. But in terms of what? What's it? Excuse me, just a minute. In terms of conformity to Satan. And I haven't typed this in no computer. That's what it is. That's the conclusion I've came to. It's conformity to Satan. That's what Masonry is. In return for supernatural abilities. So you're given abilities, right? Given to you by him. So let's slow down. You're given supernatural abilities, but that's by Satan. So you're giving him permission to jump in and out of you and use you at your own expense. His own expense. So he can use your body and he can use your soul for his evil agenda. So this is what you got going on today. Right? That's what Masonry is. It's high levels of conformity. Right? To the beast system. They keep oaths, in other words, to what? To turn a blind eye to all injustice. So they turn a blind eye to all injustices that happen. This is why people around you are keeping their mouths closed. This is why they're keeping their mouth, because they're cowards. Because they don't stand for anything. Because they took an oath. So basically, you took an oath to be a good slave. To just come on. And it says that going, Salakia, hold on just a minute. The injustice that's going on or else face certain repercussions. So what do they say? They say, oh, well, we mustn't tell because if we tell, we're going to... I do understand to a certain extent. People, they're scared. Well, if we tell, then they might come for us. Well, you're supposed to be a man, right? So you're supposed to have some integrity. But it's a pattern. This is what I'm seeing. I'm trying to show... we're showing you the rules of the game. How this thing works. You wonder why everybody's silent. All this stuff is happening to you, but you wonder why everybody's silent. Because within Masonry, there's also a code of silence. Oh, we have principles. No, you don't have any principles. You're just a good conformist to the world. You follow the principles of this world, which makes you a good slave. Talking about principles. And it says, Baba Kashar. Therefore, they agree to be what? Excuse me just a minute. Hypnotized. So, Masons, yeah, they're under hypnosis. Whether it's knowingly, some people do it. Some people actually do it. When they go into, they get hypnotized by who? Satan. Right? Which puts them into a what? Mind-induced trance. Unconscious state. Yet they're still animated. So they're unconscious because they're spiritually dead. That's why in Masonry you get blindfolded. That's why they say I've died twice. Oh, you died twice, all right. And it says, Baba Kasha, yet animated by supernatural. Remember, they're still animated, right? So they're in an unconscious state. They're spiritually, nothing's going on upstairs. The lights are on, but nobody's home. So guess what? They're animated. How are they animated? By the devil using them. Remember, they've given themselves over. So they have supernatural power? Yes, but it's on the left-hand side. Because they gave, within the masonry, they give what Satan permission to take hold of their mind, body, and soul. So they're given supernatural powers via the devil, Satan, using them for witchcraft and juju and voodoo. That's why you look at a lot of people that do witchcraft, juju and voodoo. They look spiritually dead. There's nothing there. You look them in their eyes, they look like zombies. Because they've been taken over. The devil's using their vessel to do wickedness. ETC. Now let's go to Thessalonians, Baba Kasha. Hold on. So basically, they use them in turn of, you know what? Let's go to Thessalonians. Let's go straight to Thessalonians. Bro, I never knew. So hold on. This was going on even before I was born. This was going on even before I was born. So no wonder they want to follow you. Because they know you're not, look, come on, let's be real. They know you're not useless. They know you have potential. They know you're multi-talented. They know that. They know that. Right? But they're trying to convince you that you ain't about nothing. They're trying to convince you because they ain't. When they were faced with the same challenge of denying that deal, they didn't do it. You didn't have the guts. You punked out. Right? You punked out. Okay? When you were presented with an opportunity and you followed them. When all you needed to say was no. That's all you needed to say. Let's go to Thessalonians 2. And 9, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, who with all power, signs, lying wonders. This is the power that they're given. This is the power that they're given. Lying, signs, wonders. On the left-hand side. And there's tech involved in it as well. And lying wonders. So, when it's not tech, yeah, there's certain things that people will say because they've been, remember, the devil's using them. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, so they're deceivable, they've been deceived in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So they got deceiving spirits upon them. They got the devils in their ears telling them things to do. And for this cause, the Master says, send them a strong delusion, where they may believe a lie. So Masons, they swear to believe a lie. That's what they do. They swear to believe a lie. Right? But they may all be damned who believe not the truth but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And they have pleasure in unrighteousness. Now I want to go back to the point. Right? So now they've believed in that lie. In return that they are given what? Certain physical gifts. So they're given physical gifts. They're given different cars every day. One day it may be a BM. Another day it may be a Fiat Punto. Another day it may be, I don't know, a Jaguar, Jeep. So that's what they're given in return. Right? Physical gifts. Mansions. Some of them are given mansions, flats, and so forth. What else? Woman. Right? Jewelry, fame, and so-called fortune. Go to Mark 8:36. Mark 8:36. For what should it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So that's what they've done. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his own soul? So this is what a lot of people done. They gave their bodies, not just their bodies, their soul to that thing. You know who that thing is? The devil. In return for being a good slave and a high level conformist, and you're given certain supernatural gifts. That's where the esoteric knowledge comes in, and that's what they're given, all right? And that's why you have certain music people in the music industry. They said, well, how did you play that? How was it such a good song? How did you write that song? And they tell you, because I had inspiration, I had help on the left hand side. Just like some of the major physicists, they said they had help. Well, who did they have help by? Satan. So we went to that Baba Kasha. Right? And it says, Job, we got Job 27 and 8. Is there anything else? Go to Job 27 and 8. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. And even these people, even bro, they're MK ultra'd off. They're like zombies. Right? It's a hive mentality that they're operating with. Go to Job 27 and 8. You ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got nothing to say. Job 27 and 8. And it says, Baba Kasha, let's go to verse 8. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he have gained when the Most High taketh away his soul? So what's your hope, you hypocrite? When you have gained, yeah, you've gained a lot, right? You're in the gated communities, but the Lord still, you ain't got no, you're soulless. You're just a dead vessel, right? With a cheesy ass smile and a fake laugh. That's all you are, right? And a grumpy spirit. And it says, Baba Kasha, also craft ties in with what? When you think of craft, what do you think of? Stonemasons. You have stonemasons, you have bronze masons, you have all types of masons, which goes back to 1 Kings 7 and 13. Would you excuse me just a minute? Seven and 13. Hey bro, basically, their life is one big, your life is one big lie. Your life is one big lie. Then when you get to about, I don't know, 50, 60 years old, now you are really questioning, well, what was life really about? Go to 1 Corinthians 7. But Solomon was building his house 13 years and he had finished his house. Go to 7 and 13. And King Solomon sent and fetched Hiram out of Tyre. Hiram was what? A master. He would be considered a master mason along with Solomon. So all the things of masonry, it stems from the Bible. The pillars, right? And so forth. That stems from the Bible. The checkered floor, that stems from the Bible. Okay. All that stems from the scriptures. It's all in the scriptures. So where did they get Mason from? They get it from Solomon and Hiram. That Solomon hired. Because he was what? He was a widowed son of what tribe of Naphtali, and his father was a man of Tyre, a worker in brass. He was an expert. He was filled with wisdom, understanding, and cunning to all works in brass. And he came to the King Solomon, wrought all his works, and made him pillars. Where do you think you get the pillars in these lodges? The pillars come from the scriptures, right? You have the two pillars. You have the globe on each side, which even that's in the scriptures. You have the checker work. All that's in the scriptures. Oh, they're getting pissed off now. Yeah, bro, this is masonry for you. Okay. So, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, Baba Kasha. And you notice they all operate in the same mentality. Alright, not all of these people know each other, so you may ask yourself, why are they all operating in that same way? Why did they all do the same thing? Why did they all do that demonic laugh? Huh? Why did they do certain things? Why? Because they're in the hive mentality. That's why. And they don't even know each other, some of them. Right? Some of these people I've never met. Go to Revelation 16 and 14. Come on now. Revelation 16 and 14. This is why. For they are the spirit of devils working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth. These are the unclean spirits. If I would have went from the top, it tells you about the frogs, the three unclean frogs that come out of their mouths. Why do you think they do a lot of that coughing? They do a lot of the coughing, right? The brr, and the coughing. Because they have unclean spirits. They have the spirits of what? Devils. Okay. For they are the spirit of devils working miracles. So the spirit of devils working miracles, it's in the leaders, it's in everyone that's tied in with this beast system. They have the spirit of devils. That's why these people, you can go to a place, the people don't even know each other, but they would do the same thing. Because they're serving the beast. They gave themselves to that same spirit, which is a devil or which is an idol. You should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Which go forth unto the kings of the earth, to the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of the power almighty. So this same spirit is in your politicians. It's in your servicemen, some of your firemen, your ambulances, and so it's in all these people that are serving this system, the spirit of devils. That's why you may say, well, why did that person just do that and this person done that? And that was very similar. That's why. Right? I always say it's 10% technology, 90% spiritual. Because they're all connected to the same thing. Which is what? We're a devil. We're a beast. That's why they act the same. So they don't even need to know each other. But they do know each other because they have that same demonic spirit. That's how. It's a demonic network. Don't you understand? It's a demonic network. That's how Masons operate. Through demonic networking. That's the supernatural. Lying signs, wonders, technology. Yeah, a little bit of 5G. And that's how they operate. What else do you want to know? And it says, Baba Kashai, is that it? So they're connected to the spiritual demon Satan. And that's whether through oaths or whether it's through sin patterns or idol or grandfather or ancestor that spirit's connected to you. Right? This is some heavy stuff. It's some heavy stuff. But a man of integrity is going to say, you know what? No, I'm not joining that rubbish. Right? I'm not joining that rubbish. Oh well, you're not joining. We're gonna kill you then, right, bro? You ain't gonna do anything. You're gonna watch us grow in this truth and bring out this word. So let's go to. Yeah, believe it. When they were presented with the same opportunity that you were in, they punked out. Because they were too scared. Oh, well, we're going to target you. They were too scared. That's why a lot of people are doing what they're doing as well. Because nobody wants to stand out. Nobody wants to be a target practice. That's why. Go to Hebrews 11. I can still hear them evil spirits talking shit as well. But the Lord's going to close their mouths real soon. Go to Hebrews 11. And 25, go to verse 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction. Remember, Moses was grown up in the Pharaoh's household, but he saw his people being oppressed. With the people of the Most High then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So it's better to suffer than enjoy the pleasures of sin just for a little season. Esteem and the reproach of Mashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. So don't look at these people and think, well, he's got a nice car. He's got this. Don't look at that, because even the people that have sold out, they are part of the lodges or whatever. They're miserable. They're miserable. Okay. They're miserable. We have a joy, which is this word, even though we suffer reproach. Their day job is to follow you about. They have to. They're told to do that. They have handlers. Right? So pick wisely who you're going to serve. Pick wisely. You going to serve Satan or you're going to serve Yahweh Shai? They're not free. They're in bondage. Satan could just jump in and out of that vessel anytime he wants. Anytime he wants to. Okay? So it's better to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. Esteeming and reproach of Mashiach greater riches than the treasure in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the rewards. So, right? But by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he enjoyed as seeing who is invisible, Yahweh Shai. Same thing with us. Same thing. It's that recompense of that reward. So that's what we got to do. We got to endure. We have to endure. Right? We have to endure. We have to endure. We have to endure. Right? And this is basically a summary into masonry, into the occult. Masonry is portal knowledge of the occult on how to manipulate surroundings, you know, and people. But how do you really manipulate someone? You change their surroundings, their environment. So that's part of the occult. That's part of masonry. That's why they need the what? The black. What's it? The black, red, and the white. Black and white. Black, white, red car. Right? It's a lot of it is all juiced in with me. All of it. Right? You look on the ambulance helicopters in the UK. Why have they got what do you call it? A compass. A Masonic compass. Because they're juiced in as well. It's the system. It's a pyramid. So what are you? That's what you're up against. Yeah, it's everything that's coming your way. Even the cars. Yeah, even the cars. Right? It's a bit less today, but you know the cars that all spin past. That's all directed to who? To a target. To those that haven't sold out. Because that's the hive mentality. So that's what you're up against. The pyramids, the all seeing eye. Right? But why do you think they have to follow you? Right? Or well, the all seeing eye. Right? So this is heavy, this is high level stuff. Very high level stuff. Okay? I'm talking about this truth. I'm not talking about what they're dealing with. What they're dealing with is foolishness. Because now I know this. I look at them and think, well, that's a horrible life. You have to follow someone around. You have to follow someone around. You can't even call your own shots. You don't decide when you want to go out, when you want to come back in, when you want to go for a walk, when you want to eat, what you want to wear. And that's what happens when you give yourself to Satan. Right? So with this, I hope this is edifying. And until the next time, Shalom. Shalom.